Hello everybody, it's Dio here from Fair Gaming, bringing you another Bellwright video. Today we're going to be talking about directional blocking and how we can take that to the next level to significantly improve your gameplay and lead you to more victories, whether you're fighting bandits or brigands. So directional blocking is not new to video games, but some of you may be unfamiliar with it. So it is basically the way you are moving your mouse is going to indicate which way you can parry. So to do that in this game, you're going to hold down the right mouse button, and then as you move your mouse around, as you can see on my cursor here, we have a little indicator. So if you're pushing your mouse kind of up or forward, it blocks up, backwards or down, it blocks down. To the right, you parry or block to the right, and then of course block to the left. So the challenge in this is when the mouse also controls your camera, you kind of end up with this whole like kind of spinning around while you're moving kind of thing, and you're thinking you're going to block one side, but as you're turning your camera to keep your target in the center, you then kind of rotate, and therefore you end up getting struck, which can lead to some pretty frustrating and catastrophic outcomes if it happens to be a killing blow on yourself. The best thing I can suggest for you to do is actually to find somebody to duel. So just find a companion, and then you can walk up to them, talk to them, make sure they have a weapon. So you can see there they have a weapon, and then you can just do a practice fight, and then pull out your sword and kind of just work on stationary blocking. So the one thing to note is that it will kind of damage both weapons, unfortunately, but you can kind of just stand here and get a sense as to the timing required as well as the animation that they are going to use. I'm on a stump here, or I guess grain, kind of messing it up. So you kind of get a sense as to the animation, which way they're going to attack from, as well as how quickly you need to react. And then you can just kind of sit here until you get a good gauge of it, and then you can move on to step number 2. For the next phase, I'm going to actually throw in movement. So I like to move in a single direction, whether it's back or left or right. We moved into something there, and try to keep him in front middle so that I can have a much easier time. So I can just leave my weapon or my mouse stationary and kind of keep him centered. And this is going to better allow me to make sure I can parry everything, because once I start doing this and moving around the mouse, like, I'm going to start having my guy try to parry up, down, left, right, which is going to make it a little bit complicated. So I'm just going to actually use my directional arrows to kind of move the camera and do the best that I can to actually just time the blocks. So as you can see, I'm just not really moving my mouse at all. That one there is a good example of that I had the block up, but then I let go of the mouse, and so I lowered the guard before he hit. Well, that'll be my recommendation. Like, just use the directional pads to kind of move around, keep them centered, and then just, you can hold your right, oh, I couldn't see there, but still manage the block. You can hold your guard up or your parry button, and then just becomes a lot easier to parry. As you can see, even I still need some practice there. There we go. Practice fight interrupted. Probably because he broke his sword, so that is the only one of the downsides to practice combat, but at least you get a sense of it by adding in the movement there. So those are our tips and strategies on how to master directional blocking for Bellwright. I hope you found them useful. As always, we appreciate like, shares, and subscribe, so please click those buttons. And until next time, this has been Dio, and we will see you in the next video.